partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
If you want quality, this be where you belong. Hey, tough, hey, strong. Oh, gonna shout and sing the song. When the sun they hot, syntax no break. When the rain they fall, still no shake. Builders they choose and plumbers they prove. Any project you they start.
For years, you made Sultana more than just a brand. It has become a part of your home. From your kitchens to your celebrations, now it's time to give back to you. Sultana's Buy and Win promo is here. You can win cars, motorbikes, trucks, Sultana products, and many more. All you have to do is to buy a bag of Sultana rice, scratch your coupon, and you could win really big. Sultana rice, your household favorite. Win the big one.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform. This advert is FDA approved.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich creamy goodness of Cowbell coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a natural feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, Pablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because Pablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, Pablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, Pablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now Cowbell be the motto. Cowbell cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use Cowbell quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530 774 774. Cowbell from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
My brother, I'm the unquenchable fire. There is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. There is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. The ruler of that land, which is far away. His name is King Selassie, King of kings and Lord of lords. The ruler of that land, which is in the east. His name is King Selassie. When I say it, there is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. There is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. Sure. Babylon, they want to take away the Ark of the Covenant from you. Ark of the Covenant cannot be taken away from Addis Ababa. Respect. There is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. Hear me when I say there is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. Kings of kings and lords of lords, ruler of creation. His name is King Selassie. Mussolini tried to invade Ethiopia, but he conquered. His name is King Selassie. Rule and respect. There is a land far, far away. It's called Addis Ababa. Chant with iron say, there is a land far, far away. It's called.
Yeah, Addis Ababa. Could you hear what Ubeti said?
What did he say?
Said I should give some patwa.
The ruler of the land.
No patwa today.
Which is far away. His name is King Selassie, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Yeah, Charlie, you know one of my favorite moments on Friday nights.
Tell me.
When I'm at Jam Rock and the Clocksack Band is singing this particular song by Kojo Joseph Hill.
Let me say good morning to my senior man. Yeah. And I'll tell you something about Jam Rock and their Clocksack Band and their Friday night. Let me say good morning to Jerry Ajololo. I just
SP
chief officer, like we, in Mali School, chief officer.
To be polishing the shoes, how to be showing him.
No, I just it just reminded me of those days.
Yes,
seeing chief officer dancing. Anyway, that's okay.
Yes, on TV 2 lines, share the trouser mode. Metro, knife, a plantain. I don't know the trouser. I don't know
you are saying it. Anyway, look. This morning here on the Super Morning Show. But tomorrow is Friday and today is Friday Eve.
Yes.
So tomorrow is Friday.
We'll go to Addis Ababa.
Yeah. It means tomorrow we can pass through Jam Rock and enjoy a thing or two. Anyway, this weekend I'll be in Accra, so why not? Look, this morning we were talking about a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of you sharing your thoughts on the whole S. Gracia thing, okay? Hey. S. Gracia, Ghana and S. Gracia. We'll get into that conversation. But also this morning, we're interested in the conversation about the OSP, what the High Court did by saying, you know what, you cannot prosecute on your own, so you can do your investigations, but hand it over to the Attorney General. I mean, is the court helping corruption to fight corruption?
What's the name of the office?
Office of the Special Prosecutor.
But cannot prosecute on its own.
Exactly. We'll get into that conversation here on the Super Morning Show. But this morning also, I've just realized that Goil and Star Oil have started again. They are all selling petrol at the price floor, 13 cedis, 27 pesos. And
so
diesel,
no margins.
And diesel at 16 cedis, 10 pesos.
No margins.
Well, that's what is happening.
Charlie, Goil and Star Oil. Most starting for people in Chaya Precoin.
That's what is happening. Okay, we'll get into it also.
Yeah.
Well, industry margins, okay. Kojo, industry margins. Yes, the whole reduction. And I mean, if you look at the statement by the Comac CEO, my understanding, what I gather, is that a lot of the margins that were taking off, these were not levies or taxes, okay, but they were margins. So there's the UPPF, there's the bust margin, and other things that were, slashed to cushion the consumer. So they make the point that it's not government saying, I don't want to take taxes, but it's actually the industry saying, okay, we want to do things this way.
But government is also saying that the margins that were removed are due the government, not the industry. And so we should ask Comac members what they are talking about. Now the question is, on petrol we had 36 pesos, on diesel we had 2 cedis, right? Which margins, levies or taxes did you remove this from? Was it in the statement?
Let me read the statement verbatim to you.
So
you can
once we get that, we get there, we would know where we are losing money, where the state is losing revenue, and where industry is losing revenue.
Yes, I'm going to read the statement verbatim so you can understand. Okay, here it is. I have the statement here, and let me just share that with you briefly. It says, effective April 16, which is the next pricing window, the government will absorb 2 cedis per litre on diesel and 36 pesos per litre on petrol. The intervention is intended to cushion customers and ease the cost burden on households, transport operators and businesses. The measure approved by Cabinet is in response to rising prices of petroleum products on the international market, which have significantly impacted export prices in Ghana. The temporary intervention will remain in force for a period of 1 month. During this period, government will continue to closely monitor developments in the global oil market and assess the need for further policy adjustments. Government remains committed to maintaining price stability, protecting livelihoods, and supporting Ghana's economic recovery in the face of external shocks.
So it didn't say whether the 36 pesos was taken off the energy sector shortfall and debt recovery levy, the road fund levy, energy fund levy, price stabilization, sanitation and pollution levy, energy sector recovery levy, special petroleum tax, primary distribution margin, bus margin, fuel marking, UPPF.
No, it says government has decided to absorb.
So if government has absorbed, is it that government is now paying that money into the system? So all these things will apply, but the government will put back the money in. We should know. If you took it off the bus margin, which is say 12 pesos, and maybe the primary distribution margin, which is 26 cedis, and this and this and this, we should know so that industry will not say we are the ones bearing the cost, and government will also not stand elsewhere and say we are also the one bearing the cost.
Okay, we'll get into it later on the show. We'll get some clarifications from the CEO of NPA here on the super bonus. But let's hear from you this morning. Get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS, then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. Well, look, Bank of Africa invites you to reactivate your dormant account today. Discover their refreshed range of products and services, from the enhanced SME support facility to the convenience of a USD debit card, credit card, and much more. Updating your account is easy. Simply visit any Bank of Africa branch with your Ghana card for any assistance. Call Bank of Africa on 0302-429-333 or 0302-249-690. Bank of Africa, strong as a group, as close as a partner.
Kofi, I did something on Monday. I should have done it with you. You know, when we spoke about coronation, I said I'll go and eat that kinky.
Yes.
I went to do it, and I stood in front of the coronation of it. I said, Charlie, instead of paying in full, send me APS as you earn. It's immediate credit.
Very necessary.
And I took a photo of the coronation office. Look, Coronation Insurance Ghana Limited is making motor insurance more flexible than ever with a new pay-as-you-earn motor insurance. Okay, you can buy your insurance on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, or 6 months basis. You don't have to now find the money and pay upfront. You can pay monthly, quarterly, or on 6 months basis. So you can sign up instantly through the eCoronation digital platform. You pay conveniently via Momo, and instantly you download your documents anytime, anywhere. It's affordable, it's flexible, and it's convenient. Pay small, drive covered, and remember, for every vehicle insured, an amount of 0.50 pesos is donated to promote road safety. Call Coronation on 0308-249-068 or visit their head office at 35 Aviation Road, Airport Residential Area, near the Nyaho Clinic. Pay small, drive covered.
Hello, beautiful customers. You know, at Omni Basic Bank, your security is our priority. And so before engaging in any financial offer or investment opportunity, please take a moment to confirm through our official channels. Remember, Omni Basic Bank will never request your PIN, password, card details, OTP, or any confidential information via phone calls, SMS, email, or social media. Always rely on our verified communication channels and avoid sharing sensitive information with unverified sources. For assistance, please call our 24/7 contact center on 0307 086,000 or 0302-758-555 or 0800-100-790. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
And Total Energies is still here for you. They've significantly reduced their lubricant prices. For instance, the 4-liter quartz 9000 SAE 5W40 which was 118 cedis, is now 107 cedis 50 pesos. Your 5-liter cost 9,000 feature 0W20, which was 148 cedis, is now 134 cedis. And your 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 415W40, which was 80 cedis, is now 72 cedis 50 pesos. Is top quality, meeting great savings at Total Energy. So go to any Total Energies outlet, get your quality premium engine oils, transmission fluids and coolants at significantly lower prices. Choose Total Energies, choose quality.
But with Millennium Insurance, you don't have to worry. Whether it's motor, properties, marine, travel insurance, they've got you covered. Millennium Insurance is fast and reliable. So when life throws you surprises, Millennium Insurance will make sure you're ready. Call Millennium Insurance today on 0501 418 228 and insure the unexpected before the unexpected insures you. Millennium Insurance Company, your trustworthy partner.
And your water tank, if you need the right water tank, you need to get Syntex tank. Is the tank with a tortoise on it. It's strong, it's durable, it's built to handle our Ghanaian weather, rain or shine. And so go get Syntex tank. They have your back through all the seasons. Go outside there. Check your tank. If it doesn't have a tortoise on it, it's time for you to upgrade. And you can upgrade by calling 0244 335 168, or you go to any of the 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, you're strong, you're tough.
Great. Stay with us. We'll return with sports, food for thought, and birthday messages right after these.
Charlie, trim am nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spoil day. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah, motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
For 130 years, Standard Chartered has been there for Ghana and for you, supporting your financial aspirations and driving your business ambitions, opening doors to new possibilities, turning small dreams into big realities, and bringing banking to the palm of your hands. For 130 years, we have been there, empowering the next generation to soar higher. And as always, we believe we can achieve even more together. This year, as we celebrate 130 years of operations in Ghana, we look into the future with you because we are bringing 130 years of expertise to power your wealth and business ambitions, 130 years of heritage to power your aspirations. Let's partner for progress. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Life is full of dreams and surprises. When the unexpected happens, SIC Insurance stands with you. For over 60 years, we've protected what matters most: your business, your home, your life. Call us toll free today on 0800 100 055 for your motor, fire, accident, travel and marine insurance policies. SIC, our promises are sacred.
Introducing Yomi Pina Colada and Peach, our newest addition to the Yomi family. Life is full of choices, so here are more Yomi flavors to spoil you for choice. Go on, choose great taste, choose nourishment, choose the new Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. And always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Yomi, a nourishing choice. Yomi Yogurt Pina Colada and Peach. More quality products from Amigo Ghana Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. Time now for birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Let's see whose birthday is it. It is today. I think we could do birthday shout out too. Okay. So this one says a belated happy birthday to Solis Ekia Jemfiusu, branch manager of Zenith Bank Tema Community 1 branch. Yesterday was your birthday, and we pray that this year will be your best year ever, filled with blessings as you continue to soar higher. We love you from your girls. And this one says happy birthday to Reverend Matthew Kwame Mensah, parish priest of Good Shepherd Catholic Church Tema Community 2. From all of us at the Good Shepherd Church, we say God bless you. And finally, happy birthday to Madam Sylvia Quist, CEO of Axam Travel and Tours. May this new year at your new age bring you greater success, exciting opportunities, and endless joy. May God hold you close, keep you safe, and guide you in all your endeavors. With love from your friends.
And happy birthday going out to William Eko Datsin, also going out to Michael Avle of Farmer Line, and to Boache Chemating Ejako. Facebook tells me today is Ejako's birthday.
Okay. So
he's still running for NPP chairman.
Now chairman, yes.
Yes, and I hear Sammy Crab is also in the race. John Boydu is in the race.
Somebody will see his superman's level. Anyway, let's get into the Sports Center. Proudly brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go seamless today. Standard Chartered Bank. Here for good. Yomi Yogurt, a nourishing choice, and DSTV, your home of entertainment.
If a partner has spent 130 years delivering only excellence for you, you know that you can go with a partner for another 1 million years. And that partner is Standard Chartered. They've been more than a bank to us. They've been a partner in progress. They've helped generations grow and protect their wealth. They've powered innovation and helped communities to thrive. Now, today they stand on 130 years of heritage to power your ambitions and unlock opportunities for you. 130 years of expertise to drive cross-border connections that move businesses forward. They are ready to support your financial and wealth aspirations and also to help you sustainably impact communities. And as always, Standard Chartered believes we can all achieve more by partnering together. Standard Chartered, here for good.
You know, queuing for your favorite watch it, well, we can accept that because, you know, it's something many Ghanaians would do. Charlie, if the watch is sweet, why not? But queuing for Trotro, yeah, we can also accept. But we cannot accept queuing when it comes to swapping your MTN SIM. Swap your MTN SIM yourself in minutes. Visit my MTN app or dial *133# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go.
And Cowbell Coffee is with you 247. Whether you're grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea, Cowbell Coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right. And you can enjoy it anytime. You know, success doesn't happen overnight. It's the little moments, the early mornings, the late nights, and through it all, Cowbell Coffee, day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. And this advert is FDA approved. Achu is here.
The Joy Sports Center is powered by the Joy Sports Desk. Good morning, everyone, and welcome aboard. My name is Victor Achutanaklu. Coming up.
Kane now is able to find Elise. All he has to do is keep the ball, go to the corner with it. He's not thinking about that, he's thinking about another, and he's got another! Well, that's the way to seal the glory.
Bayern Munich leave it late to dispatch Real Madrid and secure their place in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League after the two teams played out a thriller at the Allianz Arena. Meanwhile, Arsenal played out a drab goalless draw against Sporting but secured a historic fight back to back semi-final spots in the club's 140-year history. We'll tell you more about this later. But first, two suspects, including the alleged gang leader, have been arrested in connection with a robbery attack on the Brecum Chelsea team bus on Sunday, which resulted in the death of footballer Dominic Frimpong. A police statement this dawn says one of the suspects sustained gunshot injuries during an exchange of fire with police and has been transported to a hospital for treatment while investigations continue. The robbery incident occurred on the Bibiani Guasu Road at Ashresu, and Frimpong was just 20 years of age. He sustained a gunshot wound to the head and was later pronounced dead at the Bibiani Government Hospital. Moving on, the multimedia group has stepped up its 2026 World Cup coverage with the rollout of dedicated programming across the Adom and Joy brands. On the Joy platforms, 3 build-up shows are already on air. Destination 2026 airs on Fridays on Joy Prime and on Joy News, alongside the radio version, which I host on Thursday nights. And so today, you can catch it at 8 p.m. There's also the World Cup Minutes with Daniel Cranton airing daily on Joy FM and Hits FM. Now, once the tournament begins, World Cup Daily will air at 10 a.m. each day on Joy Prime. Senior Sales Executive Oswin Ejay says the programming offers strong value for advertisers.
Multimedia have always given our audiences exciting experience when it comes to the coverage of the World Cup. Extensive coverage, let me put it that way. And this time we are inviting our potential sponsors, our cherished sponsors. We are going to deliver, value. In terms of value, in terms of, return on investment, they should come to us. We are ready to deliver to them return on investment. And when it comes to highest, we have the unmatched audience reach. You can agree with me. Our Blitz platforms, radio, TV, digital media. We are ready to deliver all these platforms to market their products and brands effectively.
That was Oswin Ejay, Senior Sales Executive here at the Multimedia Group. Now, Ghanaians traveling to support the Black Stars at the 2026 World Cup will face high transport costs, with shuttle services to the Gillette Stadium priced at about $1,000 or 1,000 Ghana cedis or $95 per seat for the group stage match against England in that tournament. The fixture is set for June 23rd, 2026 at Foxborough, where the venue will operate as the Boston Stadium during the tournament. Organizers say the transport system is designed to manage match-day crowds through pricing, though pricing has drawn attention among traveling supporters. That's what you need to know as far as the World Cup is concerned. There's going to be more on this subject on Destination 2026 later tonight at 8 p.m. So do well to make a date then. Now, speaking of the World Cup, one entity that you need to go with just to ensure that they are able to navigate the choppy waters of the inner city and the intercity transport system in the United States is Latina Travels. Trust me, they're going to have an interesting arrangement to get around this $95 per seat on the bus arrangements that the Boston State is rolling out. If you go with Latina Travels, they will take care of a lot of things for you so that this becomes easier to handle. Now, for $3,990, they will facilitate your visa for you, get you match tickets, put you on a return charter flight, put you in world-class hotel, and of course provide travel insurance as well. But if you've got your visa or your match tickets and still want to go with your flights and for Latina to secure your hotel for you, they will offer that service as well at a fee. All you need to do is to call them on 0244 260 789. 0244 260 789 today at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spots on this once in a lifetime journey. Let's talk about the Ghana Football Association. Yesterday at their headquarters, they presented 5 pickup vehicles to key operational units under the FIFA Forward program. The allocation includes 2 regional football associations, the Technical Directorate, the GFA headquarters, and the Ghanaman Soccer Center of Excellence at Pram Pram. GFA President Keto Kreku spoke at the initiative.
I've always spoken about fixing the fundamentals, and when we speak about fixing the fundamentals, this strategy via the Forward program directly fits into that plan, because the foundation of the sport is at the regional level, where coast football is played, where girls U15 leagues are being played, where Division 1 girls leagues are being played, where Division 3 leagues are being played, Division 2, etc., etc. And therefore, any form of support is needed.
Elsewhere, ball boys continue to play a supporting role, keeping matches running smoothly from the sidelines. For many, the role offers a close connection to the game and a pathway to bigger ambitions. At the Tamale Sports Stadium, my colleague Emmanuel Juvenu spoke to some ball boys who hope to one day take to the pitch as professional footballers.
It's match day here at Tamale Sports Stadium. About 15 young players arrived early, hoping to be among the few selected to stand along the sidelines for the game between Real Tamale United and TF Exponential Football Club. Most of them come from the juvenile side of Bagabaga Football Club. Serving as ball boy is often seen as a privilege, giving them direct exposure to senior level football.
My name is Yaya Faiz, and I come from Sanaro. When I came here, when they play ball out, I will pick the ball. The ball is lying down. I'll give it to them.
He studies how players control the ball, make decisions, and position themselves on the pitch He then takes what he learns back to his own training sessions.
When I sit, I'll concentrate on the ball. When I concentrate, I'll see the way they are playing. When I go to train, I'll play like that.
Many of them train and work as ball boys, wearing boots that are no longer in good condition.
Boots and the football jerseys. This is important to have it, but most of them, they don't have it.
The full documentary is on YouTube. You can search for it with the title Shadow Players, the ball boys chasing dreams at the sidelines of the pitch. Excellent work from my colleague Emmanuel Givenu. Let's talk about Champions League next, where Bayern Munich staged a late comeback to beat Real Madrid by 4-3 in their quarter-final tie, advancing 6-4 on aggregates. Late goals from Luis Diaz in the 89th minute and Michael Olise in stoppage time sealed the win, setting up a semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain. Real Madrid also finished with 9 men after Edouard Camavinga and Arda Güler were sent off, although Güler's sending off happened after the game had ended. Bayern became only the second team to trail 3 or more times and still win a Champions League match. Here's the head coach Vincent Kompany.
That it's life. You know, Manu plays one of the best games of his career, and then in that moment, all you have to do is reset. So my main message was 0-0 is still a good result for us. So it was back to everything even. So I think, despite the fact that they were leading 1-0, then we came back. They were leading 2-1, then we came back. They were leading 3-2, then we came back. They never actually leaded the tie. And so from a feeling, I still felt like, okay, it's back to even, and let's go and win the game, and we did it.
That was Vincent Kompany speaking. The Arsenal also reached the Champions League semi-finals for a second straight season, something that had never happened before in the club's history. They did that after a goalless draw with Sporting Lisbon, securing a 1-0 aggregate win. They'll face Atletico Madrid in the last 4, having been eliminated at this stage last season by Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta.
My message was gratitude to them. I know the effort, the commitment that they put in. So it's a lot of work behind it. We've done something that has never been done in the history of our club in 140 years. So that tells you the difficulty of that. We have to do it as well in a very special way, missing a lot of important players. Big credit to that. And I'm especially happy to our supporters because they were right behind the team today. And we're going to have 2 magical nights, one in Madrid and another one here in London against Atletico. So very proud of them.
Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, speaking after securing another semi-final appearance for the Gunners.
Great, Victor Achu Tamaklo. And yesterday I watched Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Wow,
that's football,
man.
Yeah,
I love that.
Did you notice that both great games in midweek in the Champions League involved Spanish clubs?
Mm-hmm.
The Atletico Madrid-Barcelona game, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich.
Mm-hmm.
And the boring games, the worst games you can think of this season, all involve the English clubs.
Arsenal Sporting. But today is the birthday of Carl Fifi Yankson, son of Kojo Yankson. So I know you're listening to the show now. Happy birthday to you, Carl Fifi Yankson. We pray for God's blessings and protection for you. And so enjoy your day. Tell Daddy that I say he has to provide everything you need on your birthday for you, okay? And so Kojo Yankson, you know what to do. Anyway, which means we can now bring you food for thought, and it's brought to us by Roverman Productions.
The difference.
Uncle, good morning.
Good morning, my favorite Abojuse. How are you doing?
Oh, Uncle, God is still taking very good care of his children. So
very good care of his children,
fine.
Indeed. Very, very good care of his children. And to Carl, happy birthday. May this be your best birthday yet. You are going to be a great young man. You're going to make impact in this nation and among your generation.
Amen.
Because you come from a good stock.
Sure.
From your grandfather and your father. But when you are old enough, we'll tell you what issues we have with your father. But today,
hey, Uncle, I like the when you are old enough, but it means that it's only a matter of time.
But you come from a wonderful stock, Carl. Enjoy your life, and make us all proud because we are rooting for you. We are looking for the great things that you'll be doing, that you've been destined to do.
Sure.
And I want to say, on the 1st of May, I am taking my play I Do, I Don't to Tema Zoe Temple on the 1st of May. So those in Tema and its environs, we hope to meet you at Zoe Temple on the 1st of May with I Do, I Don't. Listen, Naomi in the Bible was a native of Bethlehem in Judah. She was married with two sons. Then economic hardships hit Judah, but the land of Moab seemed to be prospering. And so Naomi and her entire household make the journey to Moab to seek greener pastures. Whilst in Moab, her two sons marry Moabite women, and life seemed to be good for them. Well, fast forward 10 years later, Naomi's husband is dead, and her two sons are also dead. Meanwhile, she hears that the economy in Judah was recovering, and things were much better in the country she had left behind. She resolves to return to Judah, and the custom of the day dictated that her daughters-in-law belonged to her even after the death of their husbands. It looks like the concept of till death do us part was unknown in those days. So Naomi sets off with her daughters-in-law who follow her dutifully. But on the way, she realizes that she was being selfish. And so she gives the girls their freedom to return to their families in Moab. One of them immediately jumps at the offer, but the other, Ruth, insists on going with Naomi, possibly driven by her appreciation of the fact that the old lady would need all the help and support she could get. Ruth was prepared to sacrifice her life for the comfort of the mother of her late husband. In her determination not to abandon the old lady, Ruth delivers those famous words that have become part of some wedding vows. She said, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I'll be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." End of quote. Well, we read that when Naomi and Ruth arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred, and the women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi?" And with Ruth, who had sacrificed her life to be with her, standing beside her, Naomi said, quote, "Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." End of quote. In her anguish, Naomi discounted the huge sacrifice Ruth had made in accompanying her home. And this is one of the terrible things we all do when we are in distress or facing any misfortune. We invalidate those who are standing by us and with us and dismiss them off with our words and attitude. When we are in distress, we say we are alone even when people are standing by us. We say we are finished when people are offering us all their love. Pain, loss, and fear can make us ungrateful, insensitive, and blind to love and goodness. It is unfortunate that when we need love and support the most, we deny the love and support that is freely offered to us by those who love us. It is unfortunate that when we are in pain or when we suffer loss or setbacks, we cause those closest to us pain. My mother had 5 boys with my father, and yet when my kid brother died at age 40, my mother said she no longer had a reason to live because she had lost a son. She only stopped saying that when I reminded her that she still had 4 of us and we still loved her dearly. It looks like when we are in pain, we become blind to anything else apart from our pain. And yet the truth is, in every setback, in every loss or misfortune, there is always so much goodness coming our way, but we refuse to acknowledge or appreciate them. Let me give you an example just to illustrate my point. Have you ever been in traffic and you were upset? Well, think about it. You are in your own air-conditioned car and you are worked up and stressed out. But look out of your window and you see someone waiting for trotro or taxi, and that person is cheerful and you are not. You have so much more to be grateful for than that person, but he or she is happier than you because they are focusing on their blessings and the joy of being alive and not the heat of the sun or the exhaust fumes coming at them from your car and the other vehicles. Life will happen as it will. Life will unfold as it will. But we need to learn the secrets of life. And it is this: no misfortune comes our way without evidence of God's goodness and mercy at the same time. But because we tend to focus on what is not working for us, we miss all that is working for us. It is interesting that in the case of Naomi, the girl she dismissed as nothing was the one who brought her joy, significance, and value, to the extent that the woman said to Naomi, quote, "Your daughter-in-law who loves you and who is better to you than 7 sons has given you a son." And it was through Ruth, the quote-unquote nothing girl to Naomi, that Naomi became the great-grandmother of Jesse and the great-great-grandmother of King David. And you can find that in Ruth chapter 4, verses 21 and 22. In Romans chapter 8, verse 28, we read, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." End of quote. Think of it. In all things, not some things. So that includes all misfortune. God works for the good of those who love him. That means that we should never allow ourselves to be discouraged. Good will come out of whatever it is, and we should look for the goodness. And in 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 16, the prophet Elisha told his servant, who was freaking out over the presence of a large army that has surrounded them, quote, "Don't be afraid. Those who are with us are more than those who are with them." End of quote. Question: can those who are with us be more than those who are against us, and it will not reflect in everything about us as well? In other words, does God marshal more resources for us in some situations and then abandon us in others? And then finally, 1 John chapter 4, verse 4 says, quote, "The one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world." End of quote. Again, question: can the one who is in me be greater than what is in the world, and the world can defeat, overwhelm, and overpower me? The principle I'm proposing this morning is, in every situation, let us learn to look for what is working for us and not mourn what is dead or not working for us. Let us look for God's mercy towards us in every situation and not focus on what may not be working for us. And guess what? At every point in our lives, there would be more working for us than against us. Just look for it.
Okay.
And I would just say that is my presentation for this morning.
Great presentation. And, while you were telling us about it, it reminded me of a song by Gospel Trio, 3 young girls years ago. and treat me not to leave you. I don't know if you know that song, but in case you do not, Uncle, I chose this one for you. So please listen to this and we'll continue the conversation.
All right, I hear you. DJ Winston.
So, Uncle, this is the song, and one composed in the early 2000s. I think it should be about 2002, 2003, thereabout. And it captures the story that you've told us. So
yeah, and I appreciate that, DJ Winston. Russ up, what you say?
Oh, Uncle is just giving me another name. Anyway, thank you very, very much for joining us with Food for Thought, Uncle Ebo.
You're welcome. Enjoy the weekend.
Okay, you too then. Okay, so there's a gospel trio with And Treat Me Not. I think at the time they were managed by Black Coffee. She put them together, okay. Which means we can get into our social media messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, number 10 liver salt, a refreshing relief, and Provident Insurance. With Provident, man, you're covered.
And if your money is controlling you, now is the time to take charge. The EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money to transact across 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. Command your money to make water, electricity and school fees payments, bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need and more. And so, Money Commander, download the EcoBank mobile app now on the App Store, Play Store, and command your money. Command also means paying attention to details. EcoBank will never, ever call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, your OTP, your bank card, or your Ghana card details. When in doubt, call the EcoBank call center on 0800 003 225. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
And Dr. Cynthia Adokwetego says, I remember these girls with same dress design. Oh, nice. Yeah, they were very, little girls, young girls, singing. Yeah. It's I just had to think about the good old days. Why are you laughing when I say the good old days?
If Metisala is talking about the good old days, we children of we are the AD people, you are the BC people.
No. Who could have been born at that time and still be alive? Anyway, let's get into the. We'll bring you the Business Minute shortly here on the Super Morning Show. And the Business Minute will be brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
And Anointed Engineering Services is into the sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. The sizes range from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA. And they are very, very competitive when it comes to the pricing. For every generator you buy, you enjoy a 5-year warranty, and they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include, but not limited to, 24-hour emergency service, sale of spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, sale of tower lights, and rental as well. You can find the East Legon branch at 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel. There's also a branch at the, before you get to the Akoto bypass, there's one nice branch on the right. You see that the tower light has been mounted there nicely. And they also have the head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light, and 21 branches nationwide, including my favorite Amrahia branch. Now, if you want to learn some skills when it comes to generators and plants, auto mechanics, electricals and controls, solar installations, go to Anointed. They offer 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. So call them on 024-348-0334. Anointed, the generator experts.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Minutes, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert. The price of diesel is set to go down marginally at the pumps from today. Petrol, on the other hand, will go up by almost 2%. This is despite the decision of government to absorb some levies on petroleum products from today, April 16. Economics Professor Peter Kojo wants government to keep the suspension of some margins on petroleum products beyond the proposed 4 weeks. Professor Kojo noted that current data has shown that the Middle East crisis could be lasting a while longer. New data from the Ghana Statistical Services has shown that the ex-factory price of goods and services increased by 1.5% between March 2025 and March 2026. The rate is 0.1 percentage points higher than the February 2026 producer inflation rate and 22.9 percentage points lower than the March 2025 producer inflation rate. And that's all for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Anointed Electricals, the generator expert.
Welcome back from the Business Minute here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But on big stories this morning, brought to us by Telecel, connecting Energy's Republic Bank, where the one for you. Join the Republic Verse, do more, shine more, big up. And Holad Insurance, we've got you covered, as well as Cowbell Coffee, with you every moment. We'll be focusing on the Office of the Special Prosecutor, because a High Court in Accra says, hey, stop. You can conduct all your investigations, but after you're done, hand it over to the Attorney General. You have no business coming to court attempting to prosecute people. Well, the Special Prosecutor says he disagrees with that. There are those who say, okay, you have grounds to, challenge that ruling. But I ask, what was the haste when there's actually a case at the Supreme Court on this particular issue? Why was the judge in a hurry? Couldn't the judge have waited? Because another judge actually said, I'd wait for the decision of the Supreme Court. Why the haste? It's a conversation we're going to be having here on the Super Morning Show. But of course, there are many of you concerned about S. Gracia in the Republic of Ghana, because someone has petitioned Shraj that the Minister of Finance, while he has paid, members of Parliament their S. Gracia, the executive are still not getting theirs. And this is improper administratively, so Shraj should take that up. But of course, we are also interested in the cost of fuel at the pumps. How much are you buying it today? We've shared with you Star Oil and Goil. They're going with a price floor. Okay, not a bad one. But where you buy your fuel, what's the rate? What's the price of petrol at the pumps and that of diesel? The price floor is 13 cedis 27 for petrol and 16 cedis 10 pesos for diesel. How much are you buying it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's one other thing we are looking at, the free primary healthcare. Mm-hmm. How do we plan to develop infrastructure to support this? Are we not duplicating what already exists? Is it not more prudent to invest in the existing structure? and Winston, you see this document, the Ghana Health Service Standards Hospital document. This was commissioned around the 2010s, right? We had a consultant we commissioned and paid to develop a modular structure for infrastructure for the Ghana Health Service. And the outcome of this is to ensure that from the community level all the way to the district level, we develop the infrastructure model to support the Ghana Health Service. So when it comes to the various tiers of facilities, you have the clinic, which is the first level. You have the health center, which is the second level. You have the polyclinic, third level. You have the district hospital, fourth level, before you come to the regional hospitals, and then the teaching quaternary hospitals and the other specialist hospitals. So this thing exists. We already have health infrastructure we've not completed. We have some CHIPS compounds we've not tooled. We have regional hospitals which have been abandoned, district hospitals which have been abandoned. So if we say we want to do free primary health care, how are we doing that and not duplicating the efforts of the already existing systems? And how are we going to fund this and ensure that it doesn't become an avenue for some politicians, for some civil servants to actually steal from the state because of the way we want to execute it with Ghana cards, national health insurance cards? What can the free primary healthcare policy do that cannot be done by the existing system, which has the ministry as the overarching body when it comes to healthcare in the country? You have the Ghana Health Service, which also has specific roles it has to play in this. Then you have National Health Insurance Authority, plus some other institutions. So why are we doing this instead of, for the want of a better expression, underpin the existing infrastructure and existing systems to deliver free primary healthcare? So we are going to build new structures. What happens to the existing? We are going to build new structures. What is the capital investment strategy for the new structures? How are we geographically mapping these to ensure that these new structures actually deliver the results? So many questions on my mind when it comes to this free primary healthcare thing.
Okay, we'll get into that. Once you've told us about Telecel, then it means that I can also tell you about Republic Verse. So what if your bank helped you big up? Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. Own your dream home with Republic Bank mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. Run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investments and trust management. And pay anywhere, anytime with a Republic Visa credit or debit card. So whether you're starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's next, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. Call Republic Bank toll free on 0800 414 414. That's 0800 414 414. Or WhatsApp 0546 414 414 right now and step into the Republic Verse. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And your money deserves the safest home. With Telecel Cash, you are protected every step of the way. No risks, no worries, no long stories. Just peace of mind. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telecel Cash, the safer choice. Sende Keke.
Great. Stay with us. When we return after these messages, we start a big stories conversation from the Office of the Special Prosecutor. We'll be right back.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me go betete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich, creamy goodness of Cowbell coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a special feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Enjoy homemade taste of Shito always with Didi Shito. Made with carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants.
Preservative just helps us spice. Natural we taste, spicy we eat.
Didi Shito, if you do need. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, sir. Please check the round tickets you made me purchase for our Canadian partners arriving this weekend.
Something is eating me up though. I still don't know a decent welcoming place where we can host our guests.
This is no issue at all, sir. Let me introduce you to Ghana's best kept secret when it comes to a perfect accommodation, and that is Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment located at Bawe Zero.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment? Tell me more.
Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments is a destination that everyone instantly falls in love with the minute they enter. They have beautifully designed 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, fully equipped kitchens, ultra-modern stylish living area, high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity, and an elegant rooftop lounge. Anointed Airbnb has 24-hour professional security, reliable standby generator, and an exceptional customer service and more.
Wow! Please make reservations for our guests right now.
Absolutely. If you ever think of a destination for work retreats, vacations, family events, or weekend getaways, always choose Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartment. Find them in Accra at Bawe Zero, Faith Montessori, or book ahead on 025-638-9193 or 025-649-2415. Anointed Executive Airbnb Apartments. Class, luxury, and lifestyle redefined.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to.
I make you. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How?
But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with a GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Get ready, 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 ready to rock. We are the rockers from Zion every coast. We're ready, 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 ready to rock. We saying Coco, Coco, it's Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta. Coco, Coco now, Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta. Somebody is working out the sound system. The sound system. I say Jaja rhythm. Jaja rhythm. You're moving through space and time. Brother, don't fear, ain't got no fear. He's beating down the best line. Why don't you get on board the Zion Express? You're saying Coco, Coco, it's Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta. Rasta live, yeah. Coco, Coco now, Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta.
Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Rockin' up, we gonna rock you. In the night, in the day up. We gonna rock your soul. We positively moving up. Oh, we've in your time. No matter what you say or do, you're gonna rock you down. That's why we saying Coco, Coco, it's Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta. Coco, Coco now, Coco the rock. Coco, Coco, it's Coco the Rasta.
And that's Alpha Blondie, Coco the Rock. I know you love that song. Reminds me of a story that I'll share with you later, but let's get on to the phone lines now. Because this morning we are interested in the whole conversation about the Office of Special Prosecutor, the fact that a High Court judge says, hold on a minute, you cannot prosecute because based on your law, you need authorization from the Attorney General. Well, we've been joined by Dr. Kojo Asante, who is Director, Public Engagement and Partnerships at the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. Dr. Kojo Asante, good morning and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and good morning to all your listeners and viewers.
Great, and we've also been joined by Mary Ada, who's Executive Director of Transparency International Ghana. Mary, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, and good morning to everyone in the studio and to your listeners as well.
Great. So let me start off with you, Dr. Kojo Asante. And this is something that, came up even during the consideration of the bill, and the expectation would have been that after the passage of the Act would have solved this problem. Unfortunately, it's a case in court, but yesterday, a High Court judge says, no, you cannot do this. First of all, what do you make of the judge's judgment? And is it not the case that if a case is in the Supreme Court, the expectation is that the High Court would wait for the determination before passing judgment on same?
Yeah, thank you very much, Winston. I think we really, in this country, have to ask ourselves some really serious questions. I mean, I ask myself, any High Court judge or with the minimum experience knows that these constitutional matters are not ones that are determined by the High Court.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And it's the Supreme Court that is mandated to interpret the Constitution. So even for argument's sake that this matter has come up, and I mean from the OSP's response, it looks like there are a number of cases, particularly after the Attorney General filed his defense, that a lot of people who have been accused, who have been prosecuted by the OSP, have taken these actions that the cases should pause whilst the determination of the Supreme Court, until the determination of the Supreme Court on the legality of the OSP's actions. So the High Court would have been aware of this. So how does, as I said, the minimum requirement that the High Court judge would have done the right thing, knowing that what they will be doing with the ultra vires will be outside of their powers. So how come a decision like this is taken? And I've seen all kinds of I call them legal gymnastics about the interpretation of the 2017 Act still requires authorization from the AG. The memoranda to that bill is very clear that in this particular delegation of the AG's power, there was not going to be a requirement of a fiat. That is set out in the memoranda. What the intention of the AG that laid it at the time was very clear that it was different from the Law Officers Act, how the AG wanted to delegate his powers in this case. And the memoranda to any bill is now part of the Interpretation Act. So in whichever scheme that you can think of, this kind of order is so out of place, it's incredulous for me. What it has done, and this is not just this action, but in the last 2 or 3 weeks, both the actions of the AG, this action by the court, is to completely render comatose almost all prosecutions that are ongoing. Because what you are doing is that if the AG is even in negotiating with somebody who probably has indicated they want to plea bargain, now they have a way out. They want to hedge their bet and decide whether or not to go forward and basically accept their crime. Or people now, defense counsels will now be playing all kinds of games. How can we say we want to corruption, and then systematically we have imposed on the OSP like all kinds of distractions that they are spending their time and their energy just fighting legal battles instead of fighting the corruption that we said we set them up to do. So there are two questions that really, as I said, you remove all legalese and all of that, because I have stated that we made it very, very clear that if the only problem people have with at 2017 is that the field is not neat enough in terms of how the delegation of the AG is set up, there's the constitutional review process. We can resolve it. This is the same constitutional review process that was set up by government. And already there are processes. The last time the president says an implementation committee was going to be set up. So what is the rush? If we are worried about resolving the legality of it and so forth, we have an opportunity to do that. So why is government at the forefront of actually trying to unravel all of this when there's a neater way to resolve it? Then, so now you have two positions of government. You have the Attorney General's position, and he says, "Oh, this is what I believe," and I that across him, and he's made the point very clear that he believes that power for criminal prosecution to be handled by the AG. So his position is the president made a position the last time was an attempt to repeal the OSP Act that he believes different.
Okay, Doc, we seem to be having a line. Your line seems to be breaking. Please reposition yourself. But while you do that, let me just bring in Mary, and I'll get back to you on the Attorney General's position at the Supreme Court. But Mary, from an anti-corruption point of view, what's the impact of this? Yes, we know there's a High Court, ruling or decision. We're waiting for the Supreme Court. But what does this do to the fight against corruption?
Winston, thank you so much. I believe, without a doubt, yesterday took us about 8 years back in the fight against corruption.
Why?
Yes, certainly. As a people, we continue to talk about the challenges with the fight as pertains to the Constitution. And after 30 years of struggling, we all came to a consensus after over 2 decades that we needed a different architecture to ensure that we prosecute the agenda of anti-corruption if we are to succeed. And interestingly, even though it was the previous government's campaign promise, in Nakabuan, we had a semblance of same that was positioned, perhaps not an independent institution, but the former president clearly presented this. And all of us, I say, with exactly some people having some difficulties, but we came to a consensus that to fight corruption and navigate the challenge that we had, we needed this body to ensure that we did that very successfully. And so yesterday, I say, has drawn us back 8 years because we agreed that fighting corruption by an Attorney General and a Minister of Justice had not been successful because there were issues of in-regime accountability, which we saw had not worked. We saw some of the issues around inter-party maneuvers that took away from the fight against corruption. And so we saw many instances where politicians were cited for wrongdoing. We talked about it a week too, and then it died off. Some cases went to court, never got any prosecution done. And then the trust of the citizens that this was a better mechanism to go, agreed and supported by Parliament, is what we put together. But yesterday, even though I believe without equivocation that that judgment is not, like Kojo indicated earlier, it's not in any way to superintend that substantive agreement that the authorization of the Attorney General is within the scope of the OSP law and it speaks to it. And it's not for him to be a senior brother who is supposed to be schooling and shepherding the OSP. We thought of that. And I must say again that as civil society, this was one of the key things we talked about during the development of the law. And we requested that the authorization for prosecution should be embedded and should be a continuous thing and not a senior brother thing, hand-holding the junior brother and deciding when they permitted and when they wished that the junior brother should prosecute the agenda. Very unfortunate. It's going to draw us back 8 years. It's taking the trust of the people in the fight against corruption away substantially because, and then it's also fueling the impression that the citizens would always have their say and the political class would decide what they want and then decide to turn around all the gains we have made when they believe their whims and caprices are not being seated, to be very blunt.
Okay. Let me just bring in Kojo in at this point. And Dr. Kojo Asante, because I'm looking at section 4 of the Act 959, and it says mandate of the office. Subsection 2 says, subject to clause 4 of Article 88 of the Constitution, the office shall not, for the purposes of this act, be authorized by the Attorney General to initiate and conduct the prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences. And yesterday also, former Deputy Attorney General Joseph Kpemka indicates that, well, he would partly accept the blame for not seeing to the implementation of this. Does this not, in your view, support the decision by the judge?
It's red.
Hello. I think I lost you there, Dr. Kojo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
I said it's a complete red herring.
Okay, why?
This law was passed in 2017.
Yes.
We've been implementing it. The OSP has been prosecuting for all kinds of, for many years now, since that time. This is the first time I'm hearing this argument that somehow this particular provision gives basically renders the OSP law similar to what the Law Officers Act, which is that it has to seek authorization from the AG. So I'm saying, if indeed this is a question of interpretation of the act which the judge is making, the memoranda to the act is very clear what the intention of the state was. That it was going to be different from the Law Officers Act. That yes, the AG is delegating its powers to the OSP to prosecute, and it's not going to require fiat from the OSP. And that if the AG at any point in time wanted to take back its powers, because Article 88 provides that it has prosecutorial powers. If as a delegatory power is discretionary, he can take it back. If he wanted to take it back, then he has to go to Parliament and repeal the act. And basically, then his powers are intact. That is the way that they have to go. But what has happened is that basically, instead of going to pay the political cost, because the politicians who said, oh yes, they want accountability, they want all of this stuff, they don't want to pay the political price. So people are using now the courts and so on to basically say, oh, the courts are the ones that have decided that there's nothing that bars the
Hold on, Kojo Asante. When you say they don't want to pay the political price,
because there's a political price to pay.
Hold on, and thus they are using the courts. Are you suggesting that this is an executive influence decision?
No, I'm not saying it's an executive influence decision. But what I'm saying is that that's why I said there are two things I want. That I want clarity on. What is government's position on the OSP?
The Attorney General,
because Attorney General has made his position clear.
Yes,
but the President has also made a position that is contrary to the Attorney General's position. Right. Okay. So let's clarify. If the President agrees with the Attorney General now that the OSP law is unconstitutional, as I said, they don't even need the Supreme Court to declare that. The OSP, the Attorney General, can go to Parliament today and put an act to repeal the law. They even have to test majority, so they don't even need. Then Ghanaians will know for certain that this is the view of the government, because what we are doing, we are wasting public money. We are dwindling trust in states. You see, we Ghanaians, we are not this idea that somehow some of these things that are happening, people are not discerning enough to understand that the political class have decided that they do not want any design of accountability where they don't have control over prosecutions, investigations, and so on. We resolved that since APRM 2004. Ghanaians resolved that. In 2010, when Professor Fiajo's committee did, it was again resolved. Ghanaians said that no, the AG cannot play this dual role because it is very difficult to prosecute people who you are in cabinet with. So let's have a separation between Ministry of Justice, Attorney General. It was affirmed. In 2017, we had the OSP law. If anybody feels differently about it and they want to change it, it's fine. Let the people decide. I think what we are doing is very damaging to the whole fight, is very damaging to the credibility of government in this rhetoric that it wants to fight corruption. And it is very damaging to this country. You know, the kind of investment that people are making, even the donors who are making all these investments, you know, if we go to this kind of uncertainty and so on, it's not helpful. So I want clarity. And as I'm saying, the law, first of all, the High Court doesn't have the powers to do what it's doing. And this so-called, people call it clever, you know, let's say it doesn't get us anywhere. Let's resolve it. I mean, certainly the OSP will go and contest it. But what does it do? It is basically wasting more time, wasting more resources, making it easier for accused persons, you know, to navigate the system and probably get off, you know, in many of these cases. Why are we doing that to ourselves? Let's be clear. So if the government believes that the OSP is illegal, it doesn't want it, let the people decide. We have a constitutional review process. Let's go through it. Let the people decide. So that, because I think Ghanaians are very clear, and the empirical evidence is very clear in the last 2 decades, that we spend all our time doing post-regime accountability, which shows very clearly that having an AG overseeing corruption prosecution is a no-no. It hasn't worked. It will not work now and not in the future. So let's make it clear. Otherwise, we won't go anywhere with our corruption fight.
Okay.
And if we are not able to resolve corruption, trust me, there are even more risk to this democracy that we are practicing.
Okay. So based on all that you've seen, and you've talked about the fact that, you know, while the president seems to suggest that don't scrap the office, we saw an attempt by members of parliament through the usage of a private member's bill to actually have that office scrapped. Now a case is in court where the Attorney General suggests that, well, the office cannot on its own do these things. What does that tell you about the position of this government when it comes to the OSP?
Yeah, that's why, as I said, that's why I want clarity, because, I mean, we need to, government is using taxpayers' money to prosecute the agenda of anti-corruption. And we'd have we cannot wasting resources where there's uncertainty. I mean, what it does to the OSP's, you know, ability to work. Here we are talking about all the grand ideas that we have about fighting corruption and so on. If it is being undermined one way or the other. So I think clarity is best. Then we know government's position. And I mean, people can stand one side or the other. These are two arguments that positions that you can take. But I would prefer that it is clear. Then as anti-corruption campaigners, as civil society, as media, everybody, we can now, you know, engage very clearly. But where we have, you know, all kinds of you know, actions that really actually undermines the public interest. Because, as I said, if the problem is about fixing the legality of the OSP, that is, if government believes that we should have an independent office prosecuting corruption, right? There are many ways to resolve it. So we shouldn't go through this where we even undermine prosecutions that are ongoing. That's my. I mean, that for me is reckless. That kind of action is reckless. So the uncertainty is very damaging in many ways. And it has to stop now. We need clarity from government. Government can say that, yes, we don't believe that the OSP was set up properly, and we want, so maybe the constitutional matter would resolve it, and then, they can go ahead and say that, yes, whether we are closing the office or whatever. Then they are held responsible for that. They will be held accountable for those decisions and how they move forward on that. Then we are all clear.
Okay.
But if it's the other way, then what is happening is damaging, because I feel that people have argued that the AG has his view, he has an independent view, this is what he thinks about the constitution, you should go ahead. No. If the government's position on a constitutional matter is contrary to what the AG believes, then actually he should not be the one pushing it. Then either his deputy or whoever, but there has to be a position of government that is prosecuted in the courts, that because the constitutional matter is not that he's prosecuting a case, it's about policy that is being determined in the courts. So at the moment there's all this contradiction that is going on. It is not helpful. It has to be resolved. As for the High Court matter, I think it's ultra-virus. Yes, the OSP can go and appeal it, but in all of this, you just get it into all kinds of legal technicalities and gymnastics that really does not help anybody. Government's clarification is the first step as we even deal with the constitutional matter.
But Dr. Kojo Asante, don't you get the government's clarification from the Attorney General's response?
Well, the president hasn't spoken since the AG because the Attorney General's position is contrary to what the actions of the president, what the president has said in the past. Now, if he agrees that with the Attorney General's position, he should say it, please, Mr. President. Tell us what you think, about the OSP legality. If all you can say is that I agree with the Attorney General. He's my Attorney General. I agree with him, and then we know. But
Dr. Kojo Asante, wouldn't you agree that the president, may not be able to speak on every issue, and so sometimes his appointees, like the Attorney General, who's an advisor of the president.
This is when the president was sworn in, there are 4 areas that he listed. Top of that agenda was fighting corruption. The whole setup of oral and holding people accountable. He made, he embedded this action in the threat to our democracy. That public accountability, holding public officers accountable, is one of the things that is making people lose faith in our democracy. And this is not just the inaugural. He made it State of the Nation address. Every opportunity he has got to say, even setting up his code of conduct. So, if I was to talk about one of the most important things that the president cares about, I know it's anti-corruption.
Okay.
So I expect that he was in France when this thing happened. He's now back. There has to be a pronouncement. Because we all don't want to waste our time, Winston. We have been, as Mary has been talking about, we have been going back and forth on this, but it has been settled since 2004. This issue about an independent office prosecuting corruption, because otherwise holding people accountable is difficult. So if there is a change in the government's position around that, let us be clear. We all would know where we stand. Then we can deal with government exactly how we need to deal with government on ensuring that the objective of fighting corruption is realized.
Great. Let me say we've been joined by Sultana Brahma, who is Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa. Sultana, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston. I know you have been you a call. Through that call just after our interview.
Yes. I'll call you so that. Yes, I'll call you so we conclude that discussion. But on this one, Sultana, what do you make of what is happening so far with respect to the Office of the Special Prosecutor and what the High Court said yesterday?
Well, I think in simple terms, what I would say is that the optics don't look good for government. And I say so because of the genesis of all these issues around the office of the special prosecutor. It does appear that people in government may, for some reason, not be supportive of the existence of the office or opposed to the office of the special prosecutor and its existence. If you do recall, not too long ago, there was an attempt to introduce a private member's bill to repeal the act that establishes the office of the special prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
And what was notable is that this attempt was not from backbenchers. This was, led by the majority leader and the leader of government business in Parliament. At that time, I think people had legitimate concerns that such an action couldn't have been contemplated without the blessings of the president. And I, when that argument was made, I seem to have, aligned myself with that until the president then gave an opinion that whole action needed to be scrapped. And eventually, the attempt to introduce the bill, the private members bill, was stalled. Now, following that, we heard about a case, against the office of the special prosecutor's powers to prosecute, or whether or not the act establishing the special prosecutor in the way it is crafted is even legal or otherwise. This is a matter that we are told is brought up by somebody who works in the private law firm of the Deputy Attorney General. And so you would say, well, is it the case that, yes, individuals have their independent opinions, but certain coincidences cannot be just wished away? And so that, again, introduces a bit of a conspiracy theory that, well, if it didn't succeed in Parliament, let us try the judicial angle. And then yesterday we hear about this decision that has been made by the High Court. So it does appear that a number of things are happening in a very curious, coincidental fashion. That, for me, as I said, doesn't make the optics look good on the government, because it does appear that there is a whole design to try and either scrap the office of the special prosecutor or whittle away its powers. But, as my colleague Dr. Kojo Asante was saying, a lot of people got so agitated and so dissatisfied and so appalled by the levels of corruption in the Akufo-Addo regime. And therefore, it was naturally expected that any government taking over from that regime will prioritize the fight against corruption. It was therefore not surprising that even before the government was sworn in, an entity called ORA was established, and some of us even submitted petitions. And that was something that was not even backed by law. It's just something to prove that, look, the fight against corruption is going to be taken quite seriously. So if, for some reason, people in government are dissatisfied with the performance of the OSP, whatever it is doing, let it be known that this is the reason. I don't think that all these things that are happening from the Attorney General's department so discordant with the position taken by the president when it came to the introduction of the private members bill. No doubt that all these things could be happening, and the president, is just not kept informed about these developments. So it's quite curious, and as I said, it doesn't look good.
When you say you doubt that the president would not be informed, what are you trying to suggest? Are you suggesting that the president may be aware and could be his position?
Well, I mean, it would be extremely curious for me that an office that the majority leader and leader of government business attempted to introduce a private member's bill to scrap, and the president intervened. That same office is now being, should I say, pursued or being challenged through the judiciary. And the appointee of the president, of course, the Constitution sort of creates some independence for the Attorney General. But of course, he is an appointee of the president. He is a minister under the president. And I would wonder that the Attorney General would decide to just go ahead like this without any engagement or any kind of conversations with the president. If that were to be the case, which is possible, I think that this court is also something that is problematic. And especially when it is an entity that is supposed to be dealing with corruption. Whether or not we are satisfied with the performance of the OSP or the office of the special prosecutor is a different matter. Because why? Who says that all Ghanaians are satisfied with the performance of the Ghana Police Service? Do we say we have to scrap the police service? Who says that all Ghanaians are happy with the performance of all the other state institutions? So if we are not happy with it, it's a question about, do we strengthen it? Is there something that we have to do to further strengthen it? Rather than just saying, look, it must go. Because the whole essence of having the office of the special prosecutor is to kill that limitation on the part of the Attorney General, who is an appointee of the government, that at any point in time, whoever is the Attorney General and Minister of Justice will have challenges in prosecuting persons in their own government. And especially under an Attorney General who came and entered nolle prosequi for major cases against officials of the NDC. Whether it was legitimate or not, it creates a certain impression about the position of the Attorney General. And it further enhances the need for the office of the special prosecutor, or the argument that led to the establishment of the special prosecutor, which is that somebody who is the Attorney General in a particular government would have difficulty prosecuting persons who may have been found wanting or found to have, been involved in any corrupt act from within the same government.
Okay.
And as I said, right from the beginning, actions of the Attorney General appear to have vindicated those who hold that position. And therefore, the need for the office of the special prosecutor is even further, enhanced.
Okay.
So all that is happening, I think, is quite problematic.
Let me bring in Mary Ada in at this point. So, Mary, what should the special prosecutor do? I mean, there are those who have said he should just relax, wait for the Supreme Court's ruling. He doesn't need to fight this. What do you say?
It's interesting, the special prosecutor made a very significant statement about 3 weeks ago when CDD convened to do the assessment of the office 8 years on. And his indication was one that showed that he was really tired with all the opposition and all the underhanded schemes that have been maneuvered and executed to get him out. And so he is only about human anyway, let me again say. And at the meeting, he made a very strong proposal, which I want to bring to all of our attention, civil society and also the media. The support we need to give to this office. We need to continue to remain resolute. We need to be consistent with our advocacy. And we need to be able to stand against the winds and all the schemes of all those who are maneuvering, be they private individuals, be they assigns of people in the executive or whoever they are. Civil society must stand resolute and ensure that this baby we created to deal with the gaps in the fight against corruption remains resolute to prosecute its agenda. The distractions, then I go to my issues of what the office should do. When I saw Prof. Prempe's her position on it, and that was sarcastic anyway, to say he should relax, do nothing, he shouldn't even think about resigning. I would also say so. There is no need for him to go anywhere. I know the schemes and all the plots are to ensure that he gets frustrated to a point where he decides to leave. But I would say that certainly one of the things he should do first is to ensure that he remains focused. He's done it over the past year, and even before this government came into power. He should remain focused with the agenda and the object of the office as spelled out in his law. That is to investigate corruption and corruption-related offences, investigate offences that have corruption relations when it comes to issues around prosecution, to prosecute the agenda of asset recovery without fear or favor, and to also ensure he mobilizes more citizens through his preventive mandate to resist, stand against, and ensure that the citizens of Ghana are supporting this office. Again, they should also say that I saw a statement emanating from the office which already shows clearly that even before the case in the Supreme Court has been addressed, there have been two different opinions, one which is waiting and another who has declared. And so appealing for me, I think it's right. They have a right to it as every citizen and every institution of state. And as Sule indicated, one of the assurances we should carry on with is the fact that if we are talking about institutions not performing, I don't think the OSP is one of them. In 8 years, if you look at the non-conviction-based recoveries they have made, I believe even the Attorney General's office would not be in a place to give us such evidence as well. And so for us, they should continue to do their work and get us all the things that are necessary to do when it comes to executing the mandate of corruption. And hold in-regime accountability as a very high priority, because we know post-regime accountability is easy to do. They should carry on with the conviction, and so far as they have budgets, they should focus on doing their jobs, because as citizens, we should also be interested in asking the questions of what has been done, how are they prosecuting the agenda through the mandatory reports they have been asked to give us 2 times in a year. They should show us evidence that this office is supposed to be there until such a time. And I believe that that question would be dealt with, because the president, when Kojo and Sule spoke, they've spoken about the optics and the dichotomy within which they are operating as now between the presidency and the attorney general. So we don't know the position of the president on this, even though he spelled it out earlier. Now, the actions of the attorney general, who is his representative, show contrary, and this is not good for him. So we want to see the Constitutional Review Committee's recommendations and the APRM, which predates up about 2 decades, being implemented now. Professor Fiajo made recommendations, and so we should all, as a collective, civil society, government, and the president led the charge by telling the committee that all the recommendations made will be addressed. We know for a fact that, as we said, he said January, we haven't seen much, we are still waiting. And so, as I end, Winston, I want to also say that one of the critical things we have not done very well is the fact that government speaks and they do not follow through. This government has been one of those, or this party which is in government has been one of those who have put in place strategic interventions to fight corruption. I mentioned NACAP, and now for almost 6-7 months last year, government put together a team, including all of us here, or some of us here speaking, to put together a document to prosecute the anti-corruption agenda. And within that document, which I believe is now going to cabinet and will be adopted by the Parliament of Ghana for implementation over the next few years, are embedded some of these critical matters that will support the fight against corruption. And so, the president, I believe, would be the best person to tell us exactly what it is he wants to do when it comes to this office. Because we have made proposals of writing the OSP into the Constitution. In that document, again, the Constitutional Review Commission is making proposals to set up an independent body. I believe we would be the best for it if some of these initiatives are propelled, so that we know that it is not for the purposes of elite bargains that we are shifting the goalposts whenever we have occasion and trying to impose some big brother syndromes into the fight against corruption, which have not inured to our benefit. Okay. So the OSP should take it cool. We support him and we will continue to advocate his cause.
Thank you very much, and thank you also, Suleiman Abrahima, and to you, Dr. Kojo Asante. We are very grateful to all of you. Great. So you heard from Mary Ada, who is Executive Director of Transparency International Ghana, and you also heard from Dr. Kojo Asante, and Dr. Kojo Asante is actually the Director, Public Engagement and Partnership at Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. And then Suleiman Abraham is Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa. When we return after these messages, we'll get into free primary health care and the plan to construct health posts in 150 districts. We'll be right back.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I go bed safe. It make my teeth white when it come out every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Make the right choice for your home. Experience the art of living with smart value deals at Orca. From new arrivals in sofas and dining sets to kitchen accessories and wall art, we offer lasting quality with free delivery, assembly, and expert help. Visit us today on Spintex Road or Asukwa Kumasi. Secure the best value. Think home. Think Orca.
Want more of the world's best entertainment? Well, DSTV's got you.
We got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars, we got drama, we got fun, we got more for everyone.
We got you.
So come on, get connected. There's an upgrade on us just for you.
My specialty.
More channels, more shows, more joy for you and the fam every day. DSTV, we got you all the way.
Sasso, sasso, e se fume tonton preco. Sasso, sasso, e se fume tonton preco. Edrana drami ne buseshe. Ye hakesia ne malaria. Minya me kwa ne me sasso spray. Every mosquito study run away. Tonton preco, sasso sasso, mi se come tonton preco. Come tonton preco, sasso, come tonton preco. Nani shamne die, demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
bring me in, then you're kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on in your beautiful mind? I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what it means, but I'll be alright. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning, 'cause I give you all.
More like a reggae Thursday. So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM, one by Jacquio. Yeah, it's not the John Legend version. This one by Jacquio. But let's get on to the phone lines, because I talked about the free primary health care, and some say, well, this is the game changer. One person who believes it's the game changer is Professor Titus Bayu, Member of Parliament for Lambusi, but also a member of the Health Committee in Parliament, and also part of the Health Advisory Committee of the Ministry of Health. Professor Titus Bayu, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning to the listeners.
Why do you say this is the game changer?
All right, Winston, thank you so much once again for having me. And let me just put a few things in perspective. There are others who have argued we must know where we've come from. As of today, we do not have any coordinated screening program for the adult population in Ghana. That is fact. Health screening program on health prevention, disease prevention, early detection. We do not have any national coordinated program for disease prevention in the country. Occasionally, we have donor-funded programs. So when there is donor funding for HIV, you will see all the adverts about HIV programs, education, then to go down when the funds go. We have the same for tuberculosis. When the disease rises, we'll try to make campaigns about it. We saw the same thing about COVID. But there is no coordinated, structured, national screening program for any condition for adults in the country. In the children population, we have the immunizations for children, which is a form of primary prevention against certain infectious diseases. In the adult population, our biggest concern is not infectious diseases, but the non-communicable diseases, and there is none. And this is where the free primary health care becomes a game changer. And to quote the words of the Honorable Minister, it is going to move us from sick care to health care. For the first time in Ghana, and in line with the health sovereignty message of His Excellency the President, the country is financing a national prevention and screening program, which is that every adult gets the opportunity to be screened at least once a year for the common non-communicable diseases that contribute to about 40-45% of our disease morbidity and mortality. Here I'm talking of hypertension, diabetes, mental illness, obesity. These conditions I've mentioned, I've heard people since the launch complaining that, we've had other forms of it. There were wellness clinic concepts. There were all of that. I want someone to tell me where in this country we have a structured program for screening the adult population for these conditions I've mentioned across the entire country, where the screening can even come to your homes and your data captured in a national database with the possibility of a callback that we screened you, Mr. Winston, last year at this time. Looking at your BP, it was okay. Looking at your sugar level, you were in a pre-diabetic range. we think you need another screen this year or 6 months' time, and you will be called or given a message. We've never had something like that. So this is the game changer that we talk about. And it is also going to give access to every Ghanaian, no financial barrier. Whether you have an NHIS card or not, you can access this screening services. So, in a nutshell, this is why I believe firmly that this is a game changer.
Okay. But, you know, I'm looking also at the National Health Insurance Act.
Yes.
And I look at that and it talks about, I think, Section 30. The minister shall prescribe the healthcare benefits package, including any relevant family planning package to be provided under the health insurance scheme. The authority shall provide information at the point of member registration about the benefit package, rights, responsibilities of members, and complaints and dispute resolution mechanisms under the scheme. And the authority shall assess the healthcare benefits package provided under the scheme every 6 months and advise the minister accordingly. What the minister did, and here when I say minister, I mean whatever the ministers in the past have done, is to provide services that do not that are not covered under the NHIS, and you know this better than I do. The following healthcare services are not covered under the NHIS: VIP ward accommodation, mortuary services, medical examination for purposes of employment, school admissions, visa applications, driving license, diagnosis and treatment abroad, rehabilitation other than physiotherapy, appliances and prostheses, including optional aids, hearing aids, orthopedic aids, and dentures, cosmetic surgeries, HIV, antiretroviral, TB, and other program medicines, assisted reproduction, echocardiography, photography, and then it also talks about angiography, orthoptics, dialysis for chronic kidney failure, heart and brain surgery other than those resulting from accidents, cancer treatment other than cervical and breast cancer, organ transplantations, and medicines that are not on the NHIS medicine list. The question that I ask is, are these things not covered here?
Well, so for the list you have read, I've been listening carefully. They are not covered. And I can state that on the list you have mentioned, they are not covered. If you hear the mention of cervical cancer, which is the exception, which means that it may be provided, it is for persons that are diagnosed and being managed. If you hear the hypertension and all those conditions, they are for persons who have been made, the diagnosis have been made and are being managed. We are talking about screening so that we can prevent it from happening.
But the screening,
so
it talks about, Prof, 1 minute. It talks about medical examinations for purposes of employment, school admissions, visa applications, and driving license. That is not covered.
That is exempted.
Which means regular medical examinations as part of medicine is covered.
So, Winston, unfortunately, the logic is not that way. It's not as if something is not in the exemptions list, it is automatically in the inclusion list. If it were that way, it would have been interesting, but that is not it. So
now hold on a minute. So if I say, for instance,
today,
that hold on. If I say the following healthcare services are not covered under the NHIS,
yes.
If the law made it very clear that I should provide a coverage list, which hasn't been done, but move ahead to provide a non-coverage list, does that not mean then that for those that are not covered, everything outside the non-coverage list becomes covered?
No. Unfortunately, no. That is why, as of today, they have a coverage list. So that law was made to protect the scheme. In the interest of the scheme, the framers thought that those conditions, when you put them on it, the scheme may collapse. That's why it specifically exempted them, which means that every 6 months, every year, when you are reviewing the scheme, you cannot add any of those. That's why those have been stated clearly. But the earlier part you read said that the minister or a team will come together and bring up the benefit package. So if you remember, that's the first part that you read. So there is a defined benefit package, which is reviewed from time to time. but that benefit package does not include wellness checks. And that's why I'm asking. If you look currently, our NHIS claim system is based on diagnosis. Okay. So if you go to a clinic and ask for that you just want to check if you are well, what claim are they going to file? Because the claim is based on a diagnosis. We are using the DRG, the diagnosis group related claim system. So they will either diagnose you of hypertension and a certain bill will apply. They will diagnose you of diabetes and a certain bill will apply. If they write you are well, there's no bill to be generated to go and get a claim. It is the reason why, as of today, if you go to any hospital and just say, I've come to check if I am well, you have to pay.
So,
Prof, let's
just add it to the NHIS.
I hope there's some clarity.
Yeah. So why can't we just add it to the NHIS? Because the NHIS pays for healing, for the want of a better word. Now people are going to check whether they are okay or not. Why not add it to the NHIS? If you want to do healthcare promotion, why not make it a function of the NHIS? Because if you do education and you prevent people from getting sick, then the claims on them for that particular year also reduces. So why create different structural elements in the system?
Okay, the good news is that we have not created any parallel structure, and the minister was clear. We haven't going to set up a free primary healthcare secretariat with executive secretary or anything like that. This is embedded in the system. But remember, the NHIS primarily is a health financier. It finances healthcare. It's not a service delivering agency. So you cannot ask NHIS to go and define a wellness system, to go and coordinate care. And what we've just discussed now is only one aspect of it. The full scope of free primary care is that we are sending out between 6,000 to 12,000 people into the communities. These people will come to your homes with a tablet and screen you, ask you sets of questions, get your basic health data, and put on a system that recognizes you as a citizen of this country and your health state. And if there are the need for follow-up, they'll guide you to do so.
Okay.
This is not a function of the NHIS.
Well, I'm looking at the NHIS, and I'm just checking the benefits package.
Yes.
Okay. So the outpatient services.
Yes.
Malaria, acute respiratory tract infection, diarrhea, disease, skin disease, ulcers. But there's one here that talks about investigations, including laboratory investigations, X-rays, ultrasound scans for general and specialized outpatient services. So
correct. The emphasis on outpatient services. The word there is patient. If you are not a patient, none of those investigations will be paid for. That is why we are saying it's a paradigm shift. As of today, all those investigations you've mentioned, a hospital can only bill the NHIS for them if they have a diagnosis that you are sick. Are you seeing the transition from the sick care to healthcare? Now, hospitals are going to be able to bill that you are well, but you've just come for a routine check. That's the cardinal difference.
And this 6,000 to 12,000 people that you talk about, are they people we are going to recruit or people already within the system?
That, as I mentioned, no parallel structure is being created. The Ghana Health Service, the Christian Health Association of Ghana, the private sector, our normal service delivery models are going to lead this. People in routine employment will be used. However, for us to be able to reach the people in their homes, at the lorry stations, at the market, we need additional hands. And that's where the volunteer concept comes in. And we are asking people who finish their national service and are waiting for posting can volunteer to take part in this aspect of the screening.
And be giving allowances?
They'll be taking allowance. They were taking allowance at national service people.
Okay.
And that's not the first time we are extending people's voluntary national service to support a national exercise. So they will be paid allowances because they were already being paid allowances as national service personnel. So instead of rather going to sit home for a year to two waiting for employment, we are saying after your service, volunteer some time to contribute to this important national exercise.
Okay.
That is also relevant to your field of training. And you'll be collecting quality data for the purposes of planning or managing the health of the population. When your tenure is due, you are recruited. And some people in regular recruitment will also play this function. It's just that, as you know, the fiscal space will not allow you to recruit everybody at a go. So we can't do that now. But ultimately, if we are eventually able to recruit enough health workers, then, as I said, it's part of routine practice. But the shift is that not only sick people will go to the hospital now, but healthy people can go to a hospital, or a nurse can visit healthy people in their home, screen them, and there is dedicated funding for it.
Professor Titus Bayo, I mean, I think you need to join us in studio to have this in depth. But final bit. Now, can't you introduce a scheme where people are encouraged to go to the hospital? So, for instance, Winston Amoah, if you were to send me a message, and I remember during the tenure of Dr. Abajida Costa, he had talked about the plans he had that on birthdays, people's birthdays, they'd be reminded to go for screening. So, for instance, if you remind me on my birthday that, okay, Winston, the NHIS says, go to the nearest health facility for a total health screening, instead of probably saying somebody should come to my home and do this. Can't that be done?
It can be done, but the health-seeking behavior of our population was studied. This was done after careful research. How many people will be willing to leave their marketplace and go to the hospital? When we are borrowing foreign concepts, you must situate them in your local context. We have looked at the health-seeking behavior of our population, and we realize that you have to reach out to the people while you also make our opportunity for the people to come in. It's the reason why we are not saying only the people are going out, but you can also go to as low as the CHIPS compound that is close to you, or a health kiosk that is placed close to the market, or at that lorry station that you don't need to park your car and spend a day queuing at the hospital just to check if you are well. How many Ghanaians will walk to a hospital knowing they are not ill, just that they are going to check? You will send them the message, they may ignore it because they are going ahead with their business. But if you brought it closer to them, you are offering multiple opportunities for them not to be left out. That is what this whole concept is about. And
Professor
remember,
Bayo,
it's not only the screening. Based on the data generated, targeted messages, health promotion messages will be given per population. So if in your locality, in Poho, we find out that, okay, while we are grappling with stroke in Accra, the problem in Poho is obesity. Messages that are suitable to the people of Mpoho based on diets that is available in that area will be crafted for them, rather than design something in Accra and give it to everybody and tell someone in Lambuse that if you get up in the morning, take apple. Who doesn't have access to an apple? But we could tell the people of Lambuse that, okay, after screening your population for a year, we found A, B, C, D. Therefore, the health promotion message suitable for the population in Lambuse is this. And that kind of message is packaged and delivered to them. So it's a comprehensive package.
All right.
And I emphasize that it
Professor
is a game
Bayo,
changer.
as we've agreed that we'll have you in studio, Samuel Adami will speak to you. We'll find an appropriate time. We'll talk about this in detail, including the decision to build health posts and also what even our community health nurses could do in helping this. So thank you very, very much for joining us, Professor Titus Bayo, who is Member of Parliament for Lambuse and a member of the Health Committee. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these.
Easter is here and Electroland says come and shop. This Easter, make it special. Electroland is bringing you unbeatable offers, unbelievable discounts and exciting free gifts. Feel the rhythm with Samsung, TCL and Media Home Theaters. Enjoy your favorite Easter movies on LED smart TVs. You can stay cool all day with our powerful air conditioners. Want a bedside fridge for your chilled drinks? We've got you. Prepare your Easter meals on a 4 to 6 burner gas cooker with grill and oven. And make laundry easy AC with top or front load washing machines. Visit our showrooms or go to www.electrolandg8.com. Call 050-315-9739. Electroland, home of luxury affordable electronics.
Because the West ones, not because we love the water, but because the water never lets us go.
This May, in celebrating Arise 2026 International Justice Mission in partnership with Image Bureau, April Communications and the National Theatre presents The Wet Ones, a story of pain, ignorance, deception, mystery, and struggle. For one day only, catch this theatrical masterpiece on Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. at the National Theatre. The Wet Ones. Register for your free invite at www.imagebureaugh.com or visit IJM Ghana on Facebook, IG, and X. The Wet Ones. Directed by Derek Sawano. Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. only at the National Theatre. Supported by Niplant Car Rentals, Graphic Communications Group, Joy FM, Hit FM, Joy Prime TV, and proudly brought to you by International Justice Mission.
Never felt this free before. I'm high and I'm getting higher.
Welcome to the Joy Sports World Cup Minute with me, Daniel Cranting. Ghana's Black Stars will camp at the Bryant University for the upcoming FIFA World Cup. With the tournament less than 2 months away, the Black Stars will utilize the Smithfield campus to fine-tune their preparations for what promises to be a grueling group stage. Ghana has been drawn against Panama, England and Croatia in a competition that starts on June 11th. Bryant University is a private institution located in Smithfield, Rhode Island. The campus is positioned about 1 hour from Boston. The selection of Bryant University provides a Ghanaian squad with top-tier athletic facilities away from the intense media glare and larger metropolitan hubs.
Charlie, I have to go for voice training. I have to learn how to play at least 2 or 3 instruments so that I join a band, because I love music too much. Anyway, time check in the studios is 33 past 9. We are still live on the Super Morning Show. We're also trying to get Comac to talk to us about the fuel prices, and after that we will talk to our Disco O students here about their legacy project that they are working on. So we will try to get you some more information about the fuel prices and also talk to our Disco. But on the health, the primary health care, we want to have a full show. So we will reach out to Professor Bayo and other stakeholders in the sector to join us in the studio so that we really get into the free primary health care conversations here on the Super Morning Show. But look, if you want to shop, there's a great opportunity at Junction Mall for you. This whole month is the Junction Heydays promotion. You are getting your fashion, electronics, home essentials, groceries, beauty products, all from Junction Mall, the Junction Mall. And it's all coming with exclusive discounts. There's the exciting sidewalk sales and exclusive discounts from your favorite stores at the Junction Mall for you. So look, take the whole family. Let's go to the Junction Hall, Nungwa Barrier, and go shop, explore, and enjoy at the Junction Mall. Now, if the unexpected were to happen today, would you feel prepared? Would you be able to stay afloat while you find your next opportunity? This 2026, ABSA wants you to feel more confident about the future. That's why the ABSA Ultimate account has been created. It's to be the cushion you can count on. And with the ABSA Ultimate account, you get 3 times your monthly salary, up to 20,000 Ghana cedis, in the event of retrenchment, to help you stay afloat. So move with confidence this 2026. Open an ABSA Ultimate account today. Your story matters, ABSA. And this morning, when we were talking about the fuel price issues, a lot of you were messaging that we're using oil and Star Oil prices. Yes, it's because they are the lowest in the country at the moment. And beyond being the lowest, let me tell you, Star Oil is Ghana's largest oil marketing company. And so if you want to buy oil, make the smart stop all the time at Star Oil. And with over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service and real value for money. This is why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you get to enjoy safe cashless fueling and easy expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuels. And it's interesting about wherever you go in Star Oils. Our friends are traveling by road to the US and Canada to see the World Cup. And they are somewhere around Liberia or Sierra Leone as we speak. And they were buying fuel from a Star Oil in one of those countries outside Ghana. So, Charlie, Star Oil, Vim. It's a Ghanaian company, but the other brands that are mimicking the Ghanaian company internationally. So, always try to choose Star Oil wherever you go. And we were talking about health earlier, but look, if you want to take your healthcare into your own hands, go to the bank hospital and get the Family Health Wallet. It's a dedicated healthcare wallet that allows families to set aside funds in advance for their medical needs. Now, with this wallet, you can access services such as consultations, emergency care, investigations, and pharmacy services using your reserved healthcare funds. You can open a Family Health Wallet with an initial deposit of 20,000 Ghana cedis and enjoy 5% off hospital services, plus complimentary eye and ENT screenings on your first visit. The Family Health Wallet is now available all year round at the bank hospital, so call them on 053 100 8227 for more information. And we are journeying to the World Cup. Will you go to the World Cup? Oh, you'll go to the World Cup for who to play music on the Super Morning Show. Now, if you have a valid US or Canadian visa, this is a message for you. Adansi Travels is offering specially curated ground packages for the 2026 World Cup, tailored specifically for travelers who already have visas. Enjoy structured accommodation options, match access support, transport coordination, and full on-ground support in the USA and Canada. From Boston to Toronto to Philadelphia, Adansi Travels will handle the logistics so you can focus on the joy of the 2026 World Cup. So don't let your visa sit idle while history is being written. Call Adansi Travels today on 059 550 0817 or 053 100 8550. Joy is here. Choose yours now.
A single day we'll share the same room, yeah. Oh, Jah provide the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? Whoa. Yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know now. Oh, yes, I know, yes, I know, yes, I know now. I'm willing and able. So
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Lords of Lords, conquering lion.
Rastafari, no night in a Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. King Rastafari is our light, and me no need no other light. Hallelujah, there is no night there. Go and make we sing it again.
Hallelujah, Zion, there is no night there. Hallelujah, there is no night there. Rastafari is our light, and we don't need no other light. Hallelujah, there is no night there. For the Babylon is full of bad ways and bad decision. All them know to do is make guns and ammunition. Never yet to ever make any good decision.
Anyway, we're still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And this morning, I think I can say the young men from Adisadel 2002 year group, they've joined us in studio. They're talking about their legacy project. So we're joined by Professor Prince Ofori Amponsa, who is Vice President of the Adisadel College 2002 year group, and Eugene Davis is Communications Lead of the Adisadel College 2002 year group. Prof. Eugene, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Winston, and good morning to your viewers.
I believe you're all doing very well.
Yes, very well.
And you're getting ready for your 25 years is next year, right?
Sure. Yes.
And already you started your legacy project and everything quick like that.
Yes, because it's a massive thing we are doing as a year group, and if we don't mobilize early, I am not sure we'll be able to achieve that goal. And you see, Adisadel College stands for excellence, and with excellence come with better preparations. So if we are unable to prepare, then it means that our year group will fall short of the excellence that the school demands from us, and that's why we started early.
Okay, so tell me about your legacy project. I see here Clean Water Hub. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Winston, so you know the Adisadel Global Executive Council, they will mandate a year group. So 25 years after completion, you'll be mandated to undertake a legacy project. And for the 2002 year group, we've been mandated to undertake the Clean Water Hub to provide sustainable, reliable water to Adisadel College. You know, back then when we were in school, we were grappling with water shortages. So the primary benefit of this legacy project is to resolve the perennial water shortage in not only in Adisadel College, but the environs, the community as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
you're not just dealing with the secondary school or the college. You want to help those around Adisadel.
Because I remember when we were in school, that those in Adisadel village, as we call them, they come to our school to fetch water. Yes, so this problem is rather solving not only the school but the entire environs around the school, the suburbs around the school.
Oh, that's nice. I like the fact that you're thinking about the community and not just the school or the college. Okay. So this Clean Water Hub, it will be important that everybody would support it. But before we all support, I don't know if you've put the cost to it, how much it will cost you, and the kind of help that you would need.
Yes, so the total cost is estimated at 5 million Ghana cedis. Yes, because we are doing 3 new boreholes, solar powered, and it's also serving 3 upper and lower school, the staff quarters as well. I think with the finances, Prof will throw more light on it. Yes, so Adisadel College is actually a school that has over 5,000 human beings in there. And when we throw in the community itself, the numbers increase that much. And what we are trying to do, when we project, the school needs almost 720 cubic meters of water every day. And currently, what the numbers are is 540 cubic meters of water. And from the feasibility studies that we have done, it means that we need close to 5 million to get this thing done. And the Clean Water Hub is not going to be a single hub within the school. We segmented the school into 3 portions. We have the lower school, the upper school, as well as the staff quarters. And what we are trying to do is that we are drilling boreholes, because we realize that some boreholes have been drilled in Adisadel College before, but these boreholes were actually within the perch aquifer, and it didn't really get into the perch aquifer, which means that the water that the students need on their day-to-day activities they don't have, because the water is unable to generate more water for their daily use. So what we want to do now is that we want to do things in the rightful way. We are taking geophysicists there to run lines for us
to ensure that we'll be able to get to where the aquifer is naturally. Then we'll drill additional boreholes, about 4 or 5 of them. And these boreholes, after we drill them, we are going to do pumping tests. We're going to see what the yields are. So although the thing is next year, the boreholes are being drilled as we speak.
Oh, okay.
To ensure that at least we can test the boreholes, see what the yields of the boreholes are when it is raining and when we don't have rains, because boreholes would have seasonal variations to it. So we want to check all of this before we hand it over to the school. Once we do that, then we are going to bring containers, and then the containers, that means when we draw the water from the boreholes, it goes into a standing container. With that standing container, then we'll put the water through reverse osmosis to ensure that the water that the students are going to get and use is not just water that we have drilled, but clean water.
Great.
And when we do that, we are going to check the water quality to ensure that this thing is running all the time and that the water that the students are consuming is right. And also remember that once you have boreholes, then you would have electricity and other things involved. And we know how our electricity is. So whatever we are going to do has to be solar powered.
Sure.
So that will be off the electricity grid to ensure that there's 24-hour water within the school.
Okay. So if we want to contribute, and I see your listing, I mean, it will be important to support a worthy cause like the Clean Water Hub at the Adisadel College. So how do we support you?
Yeah, so we have payment channels that we would put out there. So we have a Fidelity account. Adisadel, the name is Santa 2G2 Legacy, and the account number is 2090376997114. If I'm to repeat it again,
please do.
Fidelity Bank account name Santa 2G2 Legacy. The account number is 2090376997114. Tesano branch. And of course, we have our mobile money. Our merchant ID is 822575 Adisadel College 2G2. And our mobile Momo number is 055-315-6196 Adisadel College 2G2. So those are the payment channels.
Okay, so we can support all of us. It's open to all of us.
Yes.
It's
and
open.
I just wanted to add, so with the corporate partners, we just want to say that when you partner with us, you are creating a measurable social impact whilst you gain visibility, because your support demonstrates corporate responsibility and positions your brand with a prestigious institution. And this, we are here on this treasured space because we realize that this one gives us the mileage, and we appeal to the corporate partners there, Adisadel, Santa Clausians far and near, to come, because this is a lasting and a permanent contribution to the school.
And the thing is that water is life, and you don't determine who goes to Adisadel College. Everybody in Ghana, so far as you're a boy, you don't know where you would end up. And Adisadel is currently housing 5,000 people. Tomorrow it may be your son. Tomorrow it may be your brother. And this is also part of the UN Sustainability Goal 6. And that's why we are calling on all corporate bodies, individuals, well-wishers, those who believe that water is life, to come on board and help us to achieve this goal that we've put before us.
Great. Let me say good morning to Kweku Oparijan. I think he's Santa 2G. Kweku, I've seen your message. Go and support. Donate. Don't just send me messages, okay? I've seen your message. So, guys, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
But Winston, before we leave,
you want to sing your...
of course, we have the school and the school anthem. It's the only secondary school that has the school and school anthem.
Oh, no problem. So you want to sing that?
So, yes.
Let me acknowledge you first, then you sing, okay? No problem. So thank you very much, Professor Prince Oforian Ponsa, Vice President of Adisadel College 2002 Year Group, and Eugene Davis, Communications Lead at Adisadel College 2002 Year Group. Over to you guys.
Yes.
So, Prof.
Is it a school?
Yes. Up, Santa Clausians, stand up to your honor. Those who have gilded the school with their fame. Our alma mater, a blessing upon us. Bid us remember the strength of their name. Others have labored and we share their glory, as to do exploit and add to their gaze. Those who come after will take up a story, may it be worthy of singing again. Play up, Santa Clausians. play up, and play the game. Give nothing but your best, and never think of rest. Play up for the school's great name. Play up, Santa Claus, and so we do. Play up and play the game. Give nothing but your best, and never think of rest. Play up for the school's great name.
Thank you very, very much.
Thanks for having us, Winston.
Great. This is the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Tell her try your best just to make it quick. Come and tend to the sick. Cause there must be something she can do. This heart is broken in two. Tell her it's a case of emergency. There's a patient by the name of Gregory. Night nurse, only you alone can quench this your thirst. My night nurse, oh gosh, oh the pain is getting worse. I don't wanna see no doc. I need attendance from my nurse around the clock.
Okay, night nurse, eh? Gregory Isaacs. Okay, no problem. But you know, folks, the Easter season is still with us, and Electroland says, come and shop. Make the Easter season special with unbeatable offers, massive discounts, and exciting free gifts. Upgrade your home entertainment, fuel the sound with Samsung, TCL, and Media Home Theaters, and enjoy your favorite Easter movies on stunning LED smart TV. Stay cool all day with powerful air conditioners, and yes, your bedside fridge for perfectly chilled drinks. We've got you covered. Cooking for the family, do it in style with 4 to 6 burner gas cookers, complete with grill and oven. And after the feast, let Electroland handle the laundry with top and front loaded washing machines that make life easy. So don't wait, visit any Electroland showroom today or shop online at electrolandgh.com. Call 0503 159739. Electroland Ghana, home of luxury, affordable electronics.
And you don't need to queue to swap your MTN SIM. It's simple. You can do it yourself in minutes. Swapping your MTN SIM is very, very easy. You visit my MTN app or you dial *1333# to get this done. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who'll be the last person. Just do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go.
But Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, you know, they are your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices. And they've introduced an online store for your shopping convenience, which means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free, and will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And you know, for 150 years, Infansipim School has stood as a beacon of excellence, discipline, leadership, and service. Since 1876, the school has nurtured generations of men who have gone on to shape Ghana and the world. And as Infansipim celebrates the 150th anniversary, they invite you to be part of this milestone moment. Your support will help strengthen infrastructure, enhance student development, and preserve the proud legacy of this great institution for future generations. You can contribute easily and securely by dialing *920 *1876#. Let's come together and honor the past, empower the present, and build the future. Infansipim at 150, Jane Shekan.
But you know, talking about Infansipim, this is Image Bureau of George Quay, yes. And they say, have you heard about the voices?
George Quay is the tallest person who ever went to Infansipim.
Okay. Did you know that the Volta sometimes talks and whispers things that cannot be heard by ordinary ears? This May, in celebrating Arise 2026, International Justice Mission in partnership with Image Bureau, April Communications, and the National Theatre brings you The Wet Ones. Another classic dramatic masterpiece written by George Kui and directed by Derek Sewonu, set on the haunting banks of the Volta. The raw tale of pain, ignorance, deception, mystery, and unrelenting struggle will take you deep into the lives of trafficked children forced into all sorts of labor in Ghana. This play will only stage once, so mark your calendar, Saturday, 2nd May at 4 p.m. sharp at the National Theatre. Register now for your free invite at imagebureaugh.com or follow and interact with the International Justice Mission, Ghana on Facebook, IG, and X. The Wet One Saturday, 2nd May, 4 p.m. at the National Theatre, brought to you by International Justice Mission, with support from NE Plants Car Rentals, Graphic Communications Group, Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime TV, and proudly produced by Image Bureau, April Communications, and the National Theatre. They call them the Wet Ones, not because they love the water, but because the water never let them go. Come hear them now, before the voter claims another. I think we should all go see this one.
We should go.
The Wet Ones, The Wet Ones. Anyway, that'll be all from us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Winston Amoah.
So the free primary health care has it started? Can I go and get a free checkup right now?
Try it.
We just launched it.
We've launched it, so try it and see.
No, the launch doesn't mean it's in it.
Try it. You know whether it has started or not when you try. Folks, we live in the safe hands of DJ Obeti.
Back to my roots.
Coffee in your cup, enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.